Armenian Apocrypha. 2 fragments relating to Adam, and the words of Adam to Seth. Consistent with works found in the Adamic Armenian Apocryphal literature, these 3 texts found in the depths of the Armenian Apocrypha hold crucial keys to unlocking deep revelations of our biblical past. Together, these 3 works help paint a more complete picture of the specific accounts given regarding the life of Adam and his son Seth. 2 fragments relating to Adam. Fragment 1. Again, Adam instructed his son Seth, and said,
"My son Seth, you see us in this region in which there are thorns and thistles. This was not our dwelling, and we were not here, but Elohim created us in the garden in Eden, and he adorned us with awesome glory and honor, more than the angels. But we did not observe the commandment of Yahuwah. We were stripped of the divine light, and we fell outside of the everlasting glory, on account of the serpent, through deceit, and the eating of the fruit."
And Seth, when he heard of all that had happened from his father Adam, set up a law before him, to fast for 40 days and for 40 nights. He ate no bread, and drank no water, until he was considered worthy by the angel, who brought him a branch of wondrous appearance, and brighter than the sun. And having brought it, he gave it to his father and said,
"Father Adam, behold, a sign for you from your dwelling, and from the tree of life."
And his father Adam said,
"This is not our tree of life, but from this we ate death."
When Seth heard this from his father Adam, he was greatly distressed, and wept bitterly, and said,
"Then, woe to us all the days of our times. If this mortal tree is so shining and bright, then how bright is that tree of life?"
And Seth swore by Elohim not to eat fruit of trees all the days of his life. And all children of Adam went in this way. End of fragment 1. 2 fragments relating to Adam. Fragment 2.
Adam lived for 830 years. During 100 years he suffered pains, on account of the longings and the desire for the garden, which came to his mind. His soul did not depart. He remembered the sweetness and the delight of the garden. He was terrified and afraid of the bitter hell to whom he had given his oath. On account of that his soul did not depart until his son Seth, by a 40-day fast, had abstained from food and entreated Yahuwah with prayer that he would take his father's soul. Then the merciful Elohim sent the archangel Michael to Seth. On fiery wings he went to the garden of Adam. And Seth, having brought fruit from the garden, gave it to his father. And when he had eaten of the fruit of the garden, then he gave up his soul. And taking this branch, of whose fruit Adam had eaten, they brought it to Adam's grave, and planted it above the head of Adam's tomb. It became a great tree. The doctors say that Christ was crucified on the wood of this tree. He who carried out salvation and mercy for Adam and for all his offspring, whom let Elohim redeem and save from bitter hell and from our sins.
Adam's words unto Seth. Compiler's note. Stemmed from the Armenian Apocrypha, this brief text originally contained no title in the single manuscript from which it was found. Nothing can be said with any certainty concerning the date and origin of the work as well. Still, we see some interesting things in the text to hold for discernment. The story of Enoch's garden, which according to the Armenian Apocryphal Adam literature, by W. Lowndes Lipscomb, shares parallels to other works found in Armenian Apocrypha, such as Adam's Cycle and The Descendants of Adam. We also see a strange doctrine of Adam receiving a branch from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, resembling an ensign of life and light. Before many such are as tempted to blow such a theology off as heresy, it should be noted this account is also found in other Armenian Adamic works as well. The respected and popular Apocalypse of Moses also tells us how the fig leaves from which Adam and Eve used to hide their shame were from a tree of knowledge as well, as all the other branches withered after the fall. Perhaps this strange doctrine of Adam receiving a branch from the tree of knowledge stands as a reflection of Seth's appointed purpose to be a type and shadow of the coming of Messiah, as scripture discerns, representing the kingdom still dwelling within us. See Luke 17:21. Though we remain stricken in duality, within our current fallen state, consider Matthew 6:22-23, Ephesians 2:13-18.
Adam's words unto Seth. Adam said to Seth,
My son, this was not our dwelling place, this was the dwelling of the wild beasts and animals, but our dwelling place was in Eden, towards the east, in the garden. For Yahuwah created us, and put us in paradise, and commanded us of which fruit we should eat, and of which we should eat not. But we kept not his commandment, so we were robbed of the divine glory, and were sent out of the garden.
And Seth, the son of consolation, hearing such things from his father, considered them. And he went away, and for 40 days and 40 nights he did neither eat bread, nor drink water. And in his prayer he said unto Yahuwah,
Almighty, all-powerful Elohim, hear favorably my prayer.
And in the meantime, he saw an angel coming, and holding in his hand a branch of joy, and he gave it unto Seth, saying,
This is your father's consolation.
And Seth returned thanks unto Christ, the giver of life, who granted and fulfilled his prayer favorably. And Seth took the branch, and brought it unto Adam, his father, saying,
Father, this comes from your dwelling place.
And Adam took the branch, and put it upon his eyes. And his eyes were opened, and he looked, and saw that the branch was from that tree from which he tasted death. And he said unto his son,
Seth, my son, this branch is from that tree, of which Yahuwah commanded not to eat.
And Seth said unto his father,
Father, know that as it caused death, so it gives life, and even has given light.
And Adam offered thanks unto Yahuwah, and also blessed Seth, his son. And according to the command of Yahuwah, he returned unto dust, out of which he was created. And some time afterwards, Seth repeated these same words unto Enoch, saying,
Adam my father said that this dwelling was not ours, but it was the dwelling of the wild beasts, and of other creatures, and our dwelling was in Eden, towards the east. And when Elohim created our father, he put him in the garden, and commanded him of which fruit he should eat, and of which he should not eat. But not having kept his commandment, he was deprived of the divine light, and expelled from the garden, and became equal to the brutes.
And Enoch considered this thing, and for 40 days and 40 nights he tasted nothing. And thereafter he planted a beautiful garden, and put in it all kinds of fruitful trees. And he lived in that garden 542 years. After which he was taken up into heaven with his body, and obtained the divine glory and light.